going on, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick. Well, after 6 weeks, I finally got my cast off on this arm today, so huge positive there for me, healing wise. And just so everyone knows, my father is doing really well, healing at home now. He's finally out of rehab, and just trying to take it one day at a time and be as positive as possible. That's really all you can do. So the next beer I'm going to review tonight, guys, following suit with the Yarg from my mom, the Triple Sunshine from my mom, and this one here is another really special beer that I was meant to have shared with my mom. I was actually sent this beer by Mike, who is the brewmaster over at Toppling Goliath. We've become good friends in the past couple months. Before the crash happened, we had been talking, and he actually got to meet my parents at Extreme Beer Fest in Boston. I had previously met him at Treehouse when he went to brew the first batch of this beer at Treehouse. If you haven't seen the review for the David from the Treehouse side of things, you can go and check that one out. It's only a couple of reviews back. And so I ended up just being at the brewery one day, and the Toppling Goliath crew was there, and they were brewing the beer, David, and I just found Mike and started talking to him about his beers and just getting to know him a little bit. And the guy is really amazing, really super down to earth, just a nice human being. And so anyways, I had tried a lot of Toppling Goliath beers thanks to a couple of really good friends who trade with me and send me stuff, so I knew really how good his beers were, and they really kind of lined up in the same quality as Treehouse, and their beers are incredible. So putting these two breweries together, two really talented young brewers, two of the best in the country right now actually. Really hard to find better beers than what these two guys are brewing, Nate and Mike from Treehouse and Toppling Goliath. So anyways, as I said, I reviewed the first batch of this, which was brewed at Treehouse. Mike and Nate became friends, and they decided to brew a double IPA together, which is one of their, obviously it's one of their best styles that they brew in. They just knock every single one out of the park. Some of the highest rated hoppy beers on Beer Advocate are from these two breweries. So anyways, so this is the second batch of David, and yeah, I mean, like I said, Mike had sent this to me just out of the blue, just offered to send it to me because he wanted me to be able to share it with my folks. And I was able to share the other bottle with my father, and now I'm just going to review this one, which I meant to have shared with my mother. So, it's emotional, it's tough, but I think this is the best way to really, there's no other way that I can honor her memory, open some special beers, and just hope that somehow she can hear me or see me. So I'm going to get into this one, guys. This was brewed in May. It's July now, and to be honest with you, it's a little bit older than I want it to be. When I obviously would have loved to open it fresher, but obviously I couldn't. So the day I got home from the hospital, this box was sitting outside at my house, at my apartment, and so I was able to bring it in right away and get it in the fridge. So it wasn't like sitting out or anything. It's been in the fridge since, and hopefully, the last bottle I just had a few days ago was incredible, so that's why I'm reviewing it. I still think it's going to be incredible. So a big thanks to Mike for sending this to me. It's obviously, it was super hard to get, and I really appreciate it. So guys, this one is a 8.6% double IPA. like I said, and it is pale and caramel malts, and it's hopped with Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe, and just obviously super tropical hops, great hops, very popular ones, and sounds like a really great blend. The Simcoe is going to be interesting to see how that blends in with the Mosaic and the Citra, but I'm really excited. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one. Like I said, they brewed this in May. Nate from Treehouse went all the way to Toppling Goliath to do this second batch of this at their system, so they were able to bottle it as opposed to just growler fills only, and it was a pretty decent sized batch there. Alright guys, as usual I'm talking too much, but wanted to get all that out. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Toppling Goliath version of David. Alright, so there's the David poured out, guys, and I gotta tell you, I can already smell it. It's just beautiful, beautiful tropical fruit sweetness, and just already excited about this beer. Beautiful, beautiful color. I mean, it's crystal clear, perfect kind of golden color to it, darker golden, honey colored would be good. Had a nice head. It's kind of dissipating a little bit quicker than I expected. It's a white, kind of fluffy, creamy head to it, big bubbles, but what a beautiful looking beer. Nice carbonation just streaming up, nice and slow, but really a clear beer. And like I said, the aroma is already jumping out like right in my face, which is kind of typical and really awesome of Treehouse and Toppling Goliath. And I've let this warm up out of the fridge for 10-15 minutes, so it's not ice cold. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's see what the aroma smells like. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh man, that is so nice. Oh wow. It's tropical hop juice, plain and simple. Pineapple, strawberry, peach, mango, orange. Just a saturated, like all those fruits just saturated in like hop oil, hop resin. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but you get where I'm going with it. Wow, that's just incredible. So juicy smelling. It's juicy and sweet and tropical, but there's a hop pungency behind it, like a resinous hop character just mixed in, integrated so well that you can tell it's going to be heavily hopped but super juicy at the same time. Oh, just mouth-watering, absolutely mouth-watering, guys. It's loaded with aroma. Just like dripping wet with hop and juiciness. Let's go ahead and get a sip, guys. I know it's going to be incredible. Wow. That's just incredible. I can't give these guys enough credit. They put out some of the absolute most delicious, juicy, hoppy beers on the planet, and they just do it so perfectly. Huge blast of juicy tropical fruits up front. Like I said, peach, pineapple, mango, some strawberry, orange peel, grapefruit. Huge juicy blast up front, and immediately you get the sense that this thing is just saturated with hops, like hop resin, just hop. It's all over your palate. It's definitely a nice biting kind of bitter, like a grapefruit rind kind of bitterness from the hops, and it's just absolutely delicious. It's got a great, like, slick, really smooth mouthfeel, a little bit creamy. Carbonation spot on, helps to move the beer along. I mean, it's 8.6%. You don't taste the alcohol at all. It's just complete hop bomb juiciness. kind of exactly what you'd expect from these two guys brewing a double IPA together. And it just totally delivers. It delivers on every level. I remember feeling that way with the Treehouse version when they brewed it at Treehouse. I don't know exactly what I said in that review, and I didn't go back and watch it, but I know that I was blown away by that one as well. And there's just a certain freshness about it, the taste of the water that's used in it. It's just very, very clean and refreshing while being super hop saturated and super juicy all the way through the beer. I mean, you could just sit here and smell this thing all day. It's that delicious smelling. You know what's nice now is I think the malts are probably coming out a little bit more than maybe, you know, fresh when it came out in May. But that's not detracting from the beer at all. I think it's very interesting. The malts are a little bit more forward, but this thing is so heavily hopped and just so well done that even after a couple months, I mean, it's holding up like you could think it was bottled last week, to be honest with you. It's that kind of level of craftsmanship that these guys are able to make a double IPA that lasts, and it tastes insanely good even after a couple months. I really am getting more of a creamy mouthfeel now. I love the amount of sweetness, because the sweetness really is like tropical fruit juice, but what's great about it is that the amount of hops and the hop bite all throughout your palate completely balances out that sweetness, so the sweetness doesn't become too much. It's immediately confronted with the hops, and they just go ahead and blend together so well, and your palate is just pretty much left with a really, really nice kind of bitter hop bite with that residual sweetness, so that after you swallow it's like a dry, kind of bitter, kind of sweet finish, instantly ready for another sip. I don't want to underemphasize the amount of hop character and hop flavor that is in this. I mean, it's really intense. As soon as I swallow and I start talking, it's kind of like all I can taste is the hop, residual hop flavor all over my mouth. So it's very, very well done. It's obviously for fans of double IPAs. There's a freshness to it that is kind of hard to find in any of the bigger breweries than these kind of breweries. What Mike is doing at Toppling Goliath, though, is he is absolutely nailing every style he's doing, and he's doing it with finesse, and these beers are just ridiculously good, and the clean taste and flavor in all of them is just, it's unbelievable. Alright guys, so for the David, as you probably can figure out, it's world class. It's really the top level kind of double IPA you can get. You know, more breweries should be striving to create stuff like this instead of wasting time on really repetitive, quite frankly, underwhelming IPAs and double IPAs. But this is really almost, I mean, this is as good as it gets, guys. It really is. It's right up there with the very best that I've ever had. And that's, you know, a big statement out here in the Northeast. So, yeah, these guys in Toppling Goliath and Mike especially are incredible, and what they're doing in the Midwest is bar none some of the best beers in the world. So big thanks to Mike. Great guy, great friend. Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. So I'm Beer Advocate, guys. This one has a 97. I mean, at the time that I reviewed the other David, I think I gave it a 97 as well. I mean, it's really splitting hairs at that point. There's nothing to really improve. It's an A+ beer through and through. One of the best double IPAs you'd find, and this is just showcasing how good these two guys are at making beer. I mean, that's plain and simple. They are two of the best brewers in the country right now, hands down. It's obviously a very, very sad, it's a sad shame that I'm not able to share this with my mother. I never got to tell her that this was coming, but I knew it was coming. Actually, I found out the day that Mike emailed me that he was sending this out. I was actually on my way up to Treehouse with my mom, and I told her that there was a surprise coming in the mail, and that I couldn't wait to show her. And I never got to tell her either. So I know she would be really excited right now that Mike sent this, and she would really, really appreciate it, just like I am right now. So cheers to you, Mom. This one's for you. So much love from me, love from Mike, love from Nate, love from so many people that care about you. And it's a shame I didn't get to share this with her, but we're sharing it right now. So thank you. This beer is amazing, and I will see you in the next beer review. Thanks again. Cheers, guys.